Bitcoin is showing some volatility and it's pushing the price to the downside. When you look at the price on a 4-hour chart, it does show you the fact that we have broken that range to the downside. But that is not a surprise. Then you go look at XRP and you're like, okay, we're coming back down to this range of 0.49, 0.5. Was that a surprise? I would argue no. But what's the best thing happening in the market? If you are looking at the Bitcoin dominance, it kind of shows you the fact that money is starting to slow down the movement into Bitcoin, and it is slowly finding altcoins to get positioned. Smart money is starting to enter the altcoins, and that's exactly where the thought process which we shared in the last video don't get liquidated. And we went through a lot of these, giving you guys the idea about this. If Bitcoin is about to do a pullback here, that should not surprise you. And right now we're watching, we're coming back down. First support zone is this previous support turned into the resistance that should act as a support. That would look like, okay, if the price comes down in Bitcoin terms and you're able to make this range as a support, that's bullish. A lot of people think price is undervalued at that point and they're buying in. That means it's bullish. But we need to see the confirmation of which direction the price is going. Otherwise, you're watching 41,700. Welcome to the Scientific Investor family, where the normal retail guys get to learn how to become the next top 10% of this world. Today, the market is slowly panicking, but we closed another trade here completely with an average of around 135% profit. Yes, there was trades which closed at 135, 90, 100, 130, 140, but we made sure that the average is about that level and we exited there. So what's interesting? There is a lot of these other assets in the market which is showing you a lot of positive vibe if you know where to look at. If you know where they are about to start riding that breakout, that targets, that becomes a lot more interesting when you know where that is about to start, when you know which asset is about to do that. So if you are interested in joining the SI family where 990 plus members are actively participating and learning on a regular basis, look at the Patreon. The link is given in the description below, in YouTube, or in the bio in Twitter. Now, let's literally follow this. Short-term chart, that's what it is for sure. This is a microstructure. This microstructure shows you we have a pullback and we bounce off. That's super bullish. And at the same time, you want to see the Bitcoin dominance slowing down, breaking to the downside. This is what we really want to see. Ether, we had shared this thought process like 24 or 30 hours back. If we do break these two resistance, one is the short-term channel, one is the medium-term channel in this horizon, right? Which gives you some idea like, okay, fine. In last 1 month, we are in this. If we do break that, that's the scenario A, or else we go for the scenario B. And there are people who are taking benefit of this and they understand the market much better with explanations and breakdowns like this. And for XRP, we had our thought process for XRP in clear thought process of like, okay, let's actually watch how things are evolving. And when we were looking at that, we understood the fact that the market is about to test your short-term support zone. So we had this thought process shared. Guys, watch this. We have seen these kind of stories before. XRP may do that again. Your RSI is still there. It's showing you a massive hidden bullish divergence, but that's confirmed as soon as the price reverses, as soon as the price make one small bounce. So if you're in the market, this is what you really want to know. The price on a shorter horizon would look like this. It is breaking to the downside. We started the video just by saying this. Watch this. You had a pattern. You broke that to the downside, which does look like a micro distribution where you're going down. Fine. If you actually have a little bit of patience, then literally this is what you're watching. Say, for example, the Bitcoin market is showing you that it is doing the 1, the 2, the 3, and then a corrective move. So historically, if you are an Elliott wave guy, what are you really anticipating? Okay, we get to see the 1, the 2, the 3. Now, there are a couple of ways for this to play out. One, I was initially thinking, okay, this is going to be the 1, 2, 3, and you go down. But the price action did not play that way. It actually made the 1, the 2, the 3. Now we are coming back down. So what are you anticipating? Look at the RSI. It is showing you something. While the price was still going up here, RSI got saturated, then it started dropping. So it was showing an interesting move on a shorter horizon chart. 2. Your trend line on a micro chart like this was showing you something like this. This was breaking to the downside. Great. What's your next profit area if you're a shorter in the market, if you're a bear? Or if you're a bull, what's your biggest support level which you're looking at? Yes, on a 4-hour chart, the current price action where it is at is one support level. The previous support turned into a resistance that should act as a support along with the moving average. Now, the question is this micro drop 2.5, 2.7% big enough to attract more buyers into the market? Fundamentally speaking, we understand what's happening. That's a lot of money entering into this. While on the other side, you're watching layoffs, not just PayPal, not just a financial company. You're watching even UPS going to this range. That means you're watching something huge happening on one end, and on the other end, people are talking about this is the best ETF ever. So crypto market is starting to get more and more adoption. When MasterCard says, we are slowing down on crypto, Visa is saying, no, we're doubling down on crypto. That makes a lot of sense. One is taking a different stance, and the other one is like, we're going to compete them. They're going to take a lot of market share for sure. Now, you're watching the Fidelity, the Buck, the BlackRock, the big guys doing the ad for Bitcoin. And I'm starting to think, if they want a lot of people to enter into crypto, fine. First they'll buy and then they'll sell. That's what they actually most likely do. So you zoom out to see, okay, I get that. Where is the daily close? That's important here, right? The daily close showing you the fact that, okay, we're still here. The long break to the upside, which is still valid, is in effect. So you got the micro three-way structure, which we discussed about. Now we are pulling down and we want to see this happening. That would be a great thing. Perfect, right? Perfect. But as soon as you start to slow down, move on a higher time structure, you start to notice a different thing, a whole different level of price action, where bulls are still in control. They're still pushing the price. That's huge. Now, remember, you only have like 24 hours before the monthly candle closes. And this is what the monthly candle looks like. So when you go back into history, don't forget the fact that historically speaking, we have seen these. We have seen these over and over and over again, where the price action shows you, whoa, wait, there is a lot of different things happening. Now, if you actually go back, just looking at the volume, say you want to focus just on the volume side of things. You take that here and look at this. I would say that's a lot of price action there. You're looking at 5 months of bullish volume. Last time that was happening, it continued and you had some pops in price action. Before that, it was just coming out of the bear market like few months in bear market, 5 to 6 months. Here we are there running to the upside from last 1 year. There is a big difference. The time taken is higher. So you're watching, the volume says we are in the bull market phase. Don't go against it. 1, 2. We have seen a lot of different times that we play with these candles. Price action does this. The whales, they does this every now and then to confuse the retail and then suck them in to the other side, get the money, make them just the liquidity. So you have to decide which side you are on. And if you think you are on the right side, then the question becomes like, okay, fine. You think you're on the right side. Great. We are all in an area where we are looking at multiple assets and asking the question, which direction are we really going? So on a short term, altcoin like XRP shows you, okay, we visited this range before with a long wick with a lot of volume. Right now we are retesting that again and again. Fine. Is there a difference in the price action? We really would like to see this happening. As of now, it is starting to play out just like we want, where the price action is showing you a fact. And if RSI starts showing you a divergence here, that's positive. And that's on a daily chart. Then you go on a weekly chart for XRP. You're like, okay, fine, I do understand this. We are slowing down. We are going down. The support level which you anticipate the price to hold here, the first point is 0.475, 0.48. By the range, you're actually watching, okay, the RSI is still trending to the downside, which shows you the fact that the price to RSI is having a divergence, which is a hidden bullish divergence. That's not something small. One. In XRP, when you're on a monthly, the amount of panic which should be visible is super high. In other words, you broke higher, you're now doing the retest here, you want to see a bounce back up. The trend line should not be broken here. That's not something we really want to see, right? If you do watch that playing out, there is going to be huge amount of panic which will actually come into the market, flush the market. For sure, there is going to be a lot of people who will get frustrated and jump out of this asset. Now, when I say that, keep in mind that the fundamentals, the utility, everything we talk about XRP is still the same. But what's changing? That's the biggest question we all need to ask ourselves. The amount of competition you have in the market is increasing for sure. So the market share which you may take is reducing. Accept it. But that does not actually show you the fact that this project has been invalidated. With all that's happening on a macro, this is what I personally anticipate. The price to drop a little bit more further on the monthly chart. So you come back down 10 to 12%. And then go back up. So if you put that into the price terms for XRP, what would that actually mean like, right? 4.47 is a decent range for sure, but there is still a possibility the price may wick down to 0.45. That shouldn't be neglected. Now, one of the primary reasons for that on the price action side is this range has acted as a resistance. Then you broke through that range, you acted that as a support, you bounced off, obviously with the SEC news. Now you are making sure that amount of support is still there, people are buying in heavy, which is something we want to see. We saw the buying volume was increasing, but the price was not going up. So someone was ready to short this asset as the volume was going in. So it literally feels like, who the hell is dropping this amount of XRP into the market? That doesn't actually look positive, right? And that's how we have played out historically. So that kind of a wick to the downside, that kind of a wash in the market shouldn't surprise us. The way the price action is showing what we are watching right now is like, okay, we're going for this phase. And what was that last time? The price action with 32% to the downside. Yes, it came back up and closed almost at or just near that trend line. But remember that 30% drop can be 0.36 if we repeat history. I'm saying that's a wild possibility which exists in the market. Right now, when you break through that trend line on a weekly, that enables the market to say, okay, that's something to watch. But on the other end, you're watching that the price action is showing you a divergence. Someone is starting to buy heavy. We have seen that this asset obeys price action here. We have seen that the price went down, but the RSI went up, and that showed a clear divergence last time, and that marked the bottom. Whether that's there or you go all the way down here into the bear market season where you see the exact same. The divergence showed that was the bottom. You started going up. So right now, we don't know where we're going to find that bottom, but if you do see the price holding 0.47 and getting a positive candle, that is going to mark that divergence as a complete move. Sure, everything will be based on how Bitcoin moves. So if Bitcoin just go back up to retest that 50,000 mark, you'll see a lot of altcoins playing different game. Remember, on a weekly chart, Bitcoin is still showing you a positive outlook to the upside. The strength is still to the upside, which is showing that there is a possibility, maybe I'm wrong, but there is a possibility that the MACD will bounce off. Now, have we seen such bounces before where it was trying to show I'm going to cross to the downside? Then it go bouncing to the upside. That surprised a lot of people. Historically, we have seen similar moves close to where? When the price was trying to say, I'm going down, and then it bounces off. So those who anticipated this to cross to the downside got surprised. Look at the MACD. It was slowing down, but it then surprised people with a lot more new volume coming in. So when we have all these financial institutions playing inside the game, look for one thing. On your macro chart, is your trading range being invalidated? Is the trend being invalidated? Like, if you are a bull in this market and you are a perma bull, you would really like to see this happening. Price coming close to somewhat like 35, 36, and you want to buy it, you want to scoop it up. But when the price came close to 38,300, there was a lot of buying happening. For institutions like BlackRock, Fidelity, for them, this is huge. They just made a quick purchase close to 38,000. Now the price is at 43,000. They play with a big sum of money. They're talking about 10,000, 50,000, 100,000 Bitcoins. So the amount of money they're pouring into the market is increasing substantially. The price is already trending higher. What do you anticipate the price to do from here? A 30% move? A 100% move? Whatever you are looking at, it's to the upside, not to the downside, for sure. So if that's what you're looking in the market, make sure you understand the amount of opportunities which this market is showing you. Because when the dominance shows you the fact that, okay, after trending to the upside from some time, that's breaking to the downside. Okay, if that trend breaks to the downside, what have we seen in the recent past? Whenever you do that, yeah, sometime you play there, you retest there, you do all this kind of stuff. And then you continue that to the downside. And that time, you see money moving in to the altcoins. So keeping your mind on which set of altcoins are showing you that positivity that someone is buying them. Maybe it's gaming. Maybe it's smart contracts. Maybe it's payments. You'll have to look at them individually. And that's one of the primary reasons why when I go through all of these charts and show you, like, watch this, I think this is a huge opportunity. I give you guys the details of why I think so, what's happening in the market, what you should know, and what you should look for. And if you receive value, smash that like button for me. Smash it. Obliterate that. I'll meet you guys on the next video. Bye for now.